ये क्वेश्चन लिखना स्टार्ट कीजिए. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. एक्सप्लेन द डिफरेंस ऑफ कंसेप्शन ऑफ रियलिटी बिटवीन चारवाक एंड जैनिज्म. Explain the differences of conception of reality between Charvak and Jainism. 7:43 till 7:53 plus 2 minutes additional. So till 7:55, write this answer. Second answer, 2020 question. Explain the differences of conception of reality between Charvak and Jainism. You can write they are heterodox schools. Who do not believe in infallibility of Vedas. See, when question is asking their view on reality, do you have to write metaphysics or epistemology? Yes, Pratibha. If question is asking their conception of reality, do we have to write epistemology?
Actually, I'm writing both.
Reality means metaphysics.
Yes, sir.
So you could have written Brihaspati's Sutras. Or you could have written based on their transcendent epistemological inquiry in which perception is the only praman. Charvakas refute all transcendental entities like ether, God, soul, belief in rebirth, karma, and liberation as the highest aim of life. And then you could have written in their metaphysics, they only accept what is given in Brihaspati Sutra, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And what is Jaina view of reality? Anekantvad. Plural and relative. Okay, relativistic pluralism. ठीक है. This is what you have written is not actually अनेकांतवाद. अगर आप जजमेंट की बात करेंगे तो आप स्यादवाद में आ गए हैं. ऊपर वाला पार्ट ठीक है. Reality, there is manyness of reality. There are innumerable souls with innumerable aspects, and we can know only some of them. Reality is true only in the context of that particular space and time. That is अनेकांतवाद. यहाँ पर एक दो मेंशन कर दीजिए. स्यादवाद एंड सप्तभंगी न्याय का मेंशन कर दीजिए, बिकॉज दैट इज एप्लीकेशन ऑफ अनेकांतवाद इन देयर एपिस्टेमोलॉजी. स्यादवाद is extension of anekantvad in epistemology. Answer could have been much better because it's a easy question. See, theory of knowledge, if question is asking, that is epistemology. If question is asking theory of reality, conception of reality, we have to write metaphysics. So here, if you are writing about metaphysics, write it in a very ancillary manner or in very brief. Here, when you are writing about epistemology, write in ancillary manner or in very brief.
सर इसमें एक्चुअली आंसर ऐसे ही लिख दिया है कि रियलिटी पे फोकस नहीं किया, डिफरेंसेस दिखा है।
अच्छा, आपने
थोड़ा
रियलिटी के, हाँ ठीक है, मतलब आपने उनके डिफरेंसेस को बताया कि क्या डिफरेंसेस हैं, है ना?
यस सर।
ठीक है, देख लेते हैं। Very good. All this is their theory of reality. भूत चैतन्यवाद, consciousness is a byproduct of matter, स्वभाववाद, accidental combination of accidental theory of mechanical creation or mechanical formation of the universe, by which matter or elements of earth, air, water and fire in certain proportions come together by accident to form composite elements. They Atmavad, soul is conscious body. Six blind men. You have not mentioned or explained Anekantvad properly. First part is very well written. Anekantvad अगर properly explained होता तो this would have been a perfect answer, but you have missed explanation of Anekantvad or Jaina conception of reality. आप यहाँ पे सिर्फ एक ही टॉपिक पे रह गए, कॉन्शियसनेस. दिस इज जस्ट भूत चैतन्यवाद. देयर इज देह आत्मवाद. देयर इज स्वभाववाद. और इसको अनेकांतवाद को और लिखते हैं आप. Question is on their conception of reality. They say death is the only liberation. In Jainism, liberation of soul will be by breaking the union between matter and soul. Conclusion. This part should have been the basis of your answer and should have come in first place. Explain the differences of conception
of reality between Charvaka and Jainism.
Now, question is asking explain the differences. See, one small hint that I am telling Pratibha, it is not saying compare the differences, right? So you can just go about writing everything about Charvakas and everything about Jainas separately also. अगर ऐसा कुछ लिखा होता ना compare and contrast the differences in conception of reality of Charvaka and Jainism, तो आपके वाला मॉडल ज्यादा suitable होता, ठीक है? But here it is saying explain the differences in conception of reality of Charvakas and Jainism. तो आप separately भी लिख सकते हैं, that is also fine. So both Charvakas and Jainas are heterodox. That is, they do not believe in the infallibility of Vedas. In fact, both the schools are a reaction to challenges that arose in Brahmanism. Charvaka's conception of reality. Charvaka's metaphysics is a logical outcome of their epistemological inquiry. Which is based on perception being the only praman. And therefore, rejection of transcendental entities like God, soul, belief in karma, rebirth, moksha, and akash or ether. Brihaspati's sutras. स्वभाव only elements of earth, air, water, and fire accepted. Ether, which can't be perceived, is rejected. World is an accidental combination of these elements. In fixed proportion. Bhut Chaitanyavad. Consciousness is a byproduct of matter. Just like intoxication from fermented yeast. Deh Atmavad. Soul is nothing but conscious body and exists so far as body exists. Gross hedonism as highest aim of life. Dharma and moksha are rejected. Only earth and calm accepted. However, the Jaina view is serious thought to supplant the weak position of materialism. Their theory of reality, Anekantavad. Reality is relative and pluralistic. That is, there is manyness of reality. There are infinite souls with infinite characteristics. Of which only few can be known. In Anekantavad, you can also mention few more things. Reality is both pray as well as guna. That is, change is explained from pray perspective and permanence through guna perspective. Clarification through Six Blind Men and Elephant Parable. On consciousness. What is the view of Jainas on consciousness? Pratibha, what is the view of Jainas on consciousness?
Everything is conscious. At various like levels of monism, everything is conscious. The level of conscious.
Come again.
Everything is conscious. Dravya is conscious, but the level of consciousness varies. Like the Leibniz of monad, like the monads of Leibniz.
Like the monads of Leibniz. Okay. Is consciousness the accidental characteristic of soul, or
No,
it is the Mhm.
it is the original characteristic of soul.
Is that so? Yes, Adit.
Essence also.
Uh,
Essence.
Consciousness is the essence of the soul.
yes, sir. Consciousness is permanent characteristic of the soul. Dravya,
Permanent.
it like Dravya has some permanent characteristics and modes. So consciousness is the permanent characteristic of the soul.
So soul is always conscious in nature in Jaina philosophy, or is soul the attribute of when the uh, because of its union with matter?
Soul in its original form all
Hmm.
the four qualities: infinite
Hmm.
faith,
Hmm.
pleasure,
Hmm.
and two others. And when the soul is liberated, and it dwells into Suddhashana and lives there in Ananta. So if it is not conscious, how it will be it will be having all the qualities.
So these qualities are because of consciousness.
As far as I know,
Yes, what
only
you're saying, Anant Dharma. That is fine.
only
So
when
I just want that
it
you everybody tell me the clear view on consciousness in Jaina philosophy.
चेतना लक्षणों जीवन
Yes. What is the translation of Chetana Lakshan Jiva?
I think it is consciousness is the essence of the soul. So every soul from the lowest to the highest will have consciousness.
Consciousness is essential quality of the soul and present in, is consciousness present in both Jeev and Ajeev? Do rocks in Jaina philosophy also have consciousness?
yes, sir,
Yes.
but in the dormant form.
Correct. Just like Leibniz has explained in monadology how consciousness is even found in things which seem material, although there is nothing material in Leibniz philosophy. The nature of consciousness is like light. जितनी बड़ी बॉडी होगी उस तरह से स्प्रेड हो जाएगा, है ना? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Bondage in Jaina philosophy, it is due to
Beginningless ignorance.
no. Bondage is due to bodies, due to soul's association with or marriage of or union of. बताइए.
Karma Pudgal with the body.
Correct. Not Pudgal तो matter ही है. Pudgal's association with soul.
Yes, sir.
Due to association of matter and soul. And for liberation,
separation of
Jainas have
authority.
हाँ वो सब नहीं एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. आश्रव बंद ये सब, निर्जर संवर ये सब नहीं एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, उसका स्पेस नहीं. Have given a path of 3 Ratnas. Conclusion. Jaina's conception of reality fails to account for what is the ultimate problem in Jaina philosophy?
They say that not only relative reality, but they are very adamant on the fact that the knowledge given by Tirthankar is absolute and Kevalya Gyan is the only reality. So they become absolute at this point of time.
Okay, so there is a contradiction in their philosophy that if all theories are relative, then how can Jaina philosophy? So the conception of relative presupposes accepting the conception of absolute, and Jainas have not accepted or explained the concept of absolute.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Shankaracharya pointed out that relative cannot
Correct.
exist without absolute. So
Correct.
there must be yes.
Correct. Jaina's conception of reality fails to account for acceptance or explanation of absolute, which is the presupposition for their theory of relative reality. While Charvakas are heavily criticized for their discounting of human values in their ethics. Next question.